Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Box Office Dynasty podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Jack,
And I'm Josh.
and we have another great episode for you guys today. We are actually we're starting off the episode with a new segment called Bible Study, where we'll talk about that a little bit later, but we got a film Bible book, which is pretty cool. Then we're gonna go through the regular weekly box office numbers, of course. Then I'm gonna give my review of the new Star Wars show, Tales of the Underworld. We're gonna review some new trailers that came out for a bunch of different movies that are coming up. Seem pretty good. We'll talk a little bit of Peacemaker. Peacemaker Season Two had a new trailer. I know we're both huge Peacemaker guys. And we're gonna have a little bit of fun at the end of the episode since it's Mother's Day. We're gonna do another top five list in regards to that, or it's close to Mother's Day, and we're gonna do our first draft. So stick around to the end of the episode. Both of those are coming towards the end, and we're gonna have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, kind of a more chill episode,
Yeah.
a bottle episode is one.
Yeah, nothing major
kind
came
of
out
like
really.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those weeks.
It's one of
You
those
know,
weeks.
but
We like those weeks. We like the chill.
yeah, we're not like, because in other weeks we're like, oh, we got to do this, we got to get to this, we got to get to this, and today's like, hey, you want to talk about this? Do
Just
this?
talk to my buddy.
Yeah.
So we want to start with the first segment.
Yeah. So last week we introduced a new segment. We didn't even come out with the name. Jack, actually,
Oh.
you
I
just
forgot we didn't announce that.
no, you did a fantastic job. So the name of this segment is Bible Study because this is our film Bible. 1,000 essential films to see according to the New York Times. I mentioned it in last week's episode. My dad got this for me, along with some other books. I'll try to get involved in the podcast down the road a bit. But he got it for me for my birthday. And whip it out one more time.
It's looking good. It's looking
Yeah,
sexy.
back cover. Look at that. Look at that Jaws.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. 50th anniversary Jaws.
We had posted some clips on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and we just asked you guys for your comments. Basically, what we wanted you guys to do is just comment a random number, and that number coincides with a movie in the film Bible. And basically, whatever we picked two random numbers that were commented, we got a decent amount of comments, and out of those two numbers, both of them coincide with two random movies that we don't know yet. We're about to out and announce them on the podcast, and we're gonna have to watch and review both those movies.
Yeah, so we'll give ourselves 2 weeks. I don't know if we're always going to do two each time. Maybe it'll be more. Maybe it'll be less.
Yeah, this is the honorary first episode.
It's whatever Bible study homework that we are given. And what was that called? I don't know. I'm Jewish. CCD. Did you go to CCD?
I didn't go to Catholic school. What?
I don't know, but were you born Catholic?
Yeah, I was born Catholic.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people who went to
I don't know
Catholic
what CCD
school.
even is.
I
Communion?
think that's what it's called.
Communion
No,
confirmation.
well, yeah, that's part of
With a
it.
D that I probably shouldn't say.
Oh, what? Hey, oh, okay, And right when we get a new pope too, goddamn.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't say goddamn if I'm talking about the
God.
pope.
Yeah, my bad.
Sorry, Bobby. Anyway, so we just called the Pope Bobby. Dude, there's video of him at the White Sox Game 2 World Series.
Yeah, he's probably he's a White Sox fan.
Yeah, initially it came out that he was a Cubs fan, but then his brother confirmed that he's actually a White Sox fan.
Is he from Chicago?
Yeah, the Pope is from Chicago. Dude.
That's crazy, bro. You South Side Chicago.
Dude, I was seeing
fucking
memes
runs the
where it's like Chicago produced a Pope before it produced a quarterback that passed for 4,000 yards in a year.
Hey, man,
So funny.
that's crazy.
Hey, Pope Leo. Let's go.
Wait, we got to talk in. I got to talk in clips right now because I got to remember to clip this. So wait, so we're about to announce live on the podcast the two winners of the random comments that coincided with movies that we have to watch for the film Bible. So you guys commented, we picked two of them, and they are two movies that we're gonna watch and review in the next 2 weeks.
All right, how do we want to do this? Should I announce the first and you announce the second? Are
I
we
don't
just
have,
announcing?
I don't have the Bible.
No, I meant like the numbers.
Oh, okay, sure.
Do you remember the other number?
I remember
got
the second number we picked. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the first one. So
Okay.
because I don't remember the second one. So that's my indirect way of saying, Jack, you tell me what the second number was because
Yeah.
I do not remember.
No, I got a
I
lot.
remember the first one. The first number that we drew that was commented on our TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, drum roll, is 76. 76.
76.
You know, this isn't the person who commented this, by the way. But I want to shout out my buddy Brandon. Again, not the one who commented it, which is what makes this all the funnier. Because this number 76 is a big joke with our friends because it follows him like everywhere he goes. So Brandon, I just wanted to say, if you're listening right now, 76.
It's
It's
still
here.
following
It's
you,
here
Brandon.
again.
It's following you, dude.
It's to the ends of the world. And the other number, Jack?
The other number was someone commented a Squid Game number 456.
Yeah, that's right. The Squid Game number.
Squid Game number.
76 and 456. Two good numbers. So
What movies are we watching?
I'll
Or rewatching? Maybe we'll get something we've already seen.
It's entirely possible. 76. Oh, Jack, your reaction is already gonna. This is so funny.
fuck.
I don't care, but 76 is looks like a French film. Atalante. Atalante came out in 1934.
Dude, that runtime better be like 15 minutes.
Have fun, buddy. So that's the 76. Congrats to 76. And 456. Oh, it's another oldie, but this is one that I've actually wanted to see for a long time. I was just thinking about this when I was going through this checklist too.
Okay.
It's one of Charlie Chaplin's most notable films in his entire career, The Great Dictator.
Okay, I'm not actually mad at that.
So
I'm not mad at a Charlie Chaplin film. I've never seen a Chaplin film.
I was going to ask, have you ever seen a Chaplin film before?
No. So
They're actually pretty funny.
So shout out to our two commenters we randomly picked. We got Killian with 76 and Kevin with 456. So thank you, boys. And
Yeah.
if you're watching this right now, next time we either post a clip about this or even just in our regular videos, just say, hey, Film Bible, I got a number for you. We'll throw it in the pool of random numbers, comment a random number, 23 to, 1,225 or something. And
Just throw a number out there. I mean,
Yeah.
you're bound to get one in the range.
And as long as it's not a repeat, we'll just use it for our next Film Bible segment.
Yeah. And we're very excited. Like Jack said, keep throwing those numbers at us, and we are going to keep doing this segment. Like I said, sometimes we'll pick one, sometimes two, maybe sometimes even three. I don't know if we're feeling frisky. We'll see. But just keep throwing them at us. We're gonna keep picking them and having fun. And in 2 weeks, 2 episodes. So not the next one, but the following one, we will have watched both of those films, and we will talk a little bit about them on the podcast.
Did you touch your mic because it got really low?
I was trying to fix it. My level got really
Yeah,
high.
turn it up a little bit. There you go. It's okay. I still hear you, but that's fine.
I saw my levels were like kind of freaking
really?
out. I was like, okay, I'm getting too excited about the Film Bible and
It's
Charlie
a great
Chaplin.
segment, dude.
So
I think we'll move on to your neck of the woods now.
hell yeah, brother. What our namesake of our podcast, the box office numbers. So every weekend, of course, you guys know the drill. We will go from 5 to 1. I believe we are now looking. I'm actually just looking at these for the first time. I did not, I've been busy this week, so I didn't even look at these before. So this will be new to me too. The box office numbers of the films that came out the weekend of May 2nd to the 4th. In 5th place, in its second weekend of release, is that video game adaptation Until Dawn, coming in with $3.8 million. That's a 52.2% drop from its first weekend. In 4th place, in its second weekend of release, The Accountant 2, the Ben Affleck sequel, coming in at just under $9.5 million. That is a 61.3% drop from its prior weekend. In 3rd place, still maintaining a spot 5 weeks into its release.
Come on.
Say it with me, friends.
Chicken Jockey.
Oh, yeah. Chicken Jockey. Damn it. I fumbled. My bad.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, so Minecraft movie, $13.7 million, a 39.5% drop from its fourth weekend to fifth. Hey, it's a kids movie, and you know what I actually think helps is it had that not really re-release, but they did that. They were calling it like block party showings or something like that,
really?
where it was like you can. They were literally like showings in theaters that were carved out specifically for people to get rowdy and
lose their
memes.
minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool.
So I guess it's them trying. It's cash.
It helps them from actually destroying regular theaters.
Some poor fucking underpaid workers still gonna have to clean up the theater. Right. Now it's just them saying, you know what, fuck it. Yeah. Second place in its third weekend of release, still only a 27.6% drop from where it was, is Sinners. That's coming in with another over $33 million. Love to see it.
Insane.
And in first place in its opening weekend, we had talked a lot about it, the latest addition to the MCU, Thunderbolts, coming in at $74.3 million. This is, of course, domestically speaking. This is what it made domestically in its opening weekend, which I would say, is actually not the greatest for a Marvel movie, but I think that it's word of mouth, the fact that people are really enjoying this one, and the fact that there really isn't another big release this month until Mission Impossible. Of course, there are other movies. We'll talk about some of them, but it's going to bode well for Thunderbolts. So those are your box office numbers, May 2nd to May 4th. A lot of great stuff happening as the weather warms up. Very exciting.
You want to get into a little bit of Star Wars?
This is going to be all you, Jack, as I have not seen Tales of the Underworld. I never even saw Tales of the Empire. I only saw Tales of the Jedi. But like I did a few weeks back with The White Lotus, I know you wanted to give a little bit of your thoughts. So the floor is yours.
So Tales of the Underworld came out. This is going to be a spoiler-free review because I don't want to spoil. It just came out like a couple days ago. I think it came out on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Also, I don't want to spoil it for you, Josh, but
thank you.
It was so my review, my rating for Tales of the Underworld, 8 bald Asajj Ventresses out of 10. She has hair in this, which is like kind of off-putting, but it's really good. It's really good. Tales of the Underworld is such a step above Tales of the Empire. I gave this an 8. I gave Tales of the Jedi probably a 9. Tales of the Empire was like a 4. The stories follow Asajj Ventress and Cad Bane. Those are the two stories, and they are just damn good, damn interesting characters, dude. Cad Bane's is a little better than Asajj Ventress's. I read online that a lot of people don't like Asajj's. I thought hers was pretty sick too. But I would really recommend Tales of the Underworld. It's such an upgrade. The animation, first of all, is crisp. It looks so good. I mean, you remember Tales of the Jedi animation?
Oh yeah,
that was
absolutely
amazing. Just increase that by a few more years of practice. It was so good. I rewatched Tales of the Empire recently, and it's so bad. And I need to rewatch Tales of the Jedi because that's still my favorite. I think Dooku has the best storyline out of all of the Tales. But I actually, while we're talking about this, that's just my quick review because I think it's great to watch it.
The episode with Dooku and Qui-Gon.
Dude, and then Dooku and Yaddle too. Like the whole 3-episode arc is so good.
Yeah, I mean, even if we're shouting out those two, the first one with Mace Windu. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When they go to face, so it's.
Well, so I wanted to ask you while we're just talking about Star Wars, quick, who would you like to see a Tales of 3-episode arc for? That maybe it hasn't really had a lot of screen time or a backstory or something like that. Because while you're thinking of that, I'll say that this Tales of the Empire in my review, because I just did rewatch it also, I think Tales of the Underworld was perfect. Cad Bane and Asajj Ventress, I think they picked the two perfect people. Maybe a little bit of like Jango Fett origins would have been cool, but I don't think there's any way they're touching Jango Fett again. But I think Tales of the Empire had so much potential on who to follow, and they chose Barriss Offee, which is fine, but they also chose Morgan Elsbeth, who no one gives a fuck about. And
That's
she's
that's pretty insane choices, if you ask
I
me.
said you could have done a Thrawn origin story. You could have done a
Yeah.
Palpatine origin story. You could have talked Grand Moff Tarkin before, during the Clone Wars. You could have done, or his transition from the Clone Wars to the Empire. Like, there's Krennic from Rogue One and Andor. Like,
Yeah.
all these characters from the Empire have so much potential. And I get Barriss. She's a rogue Jedi becoming an Inquisitor, whatever. But Morgan Elsbeth, she had like 3 scenes in Mandalorian and Ahsoka. Like, who actually cares about her?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's pretty insane choices to me. It just feels like that's not anything for the Star Wars casual at that point. You're just
No.
like, that's like bottom of the barrel lore. You know what a good one would be? Is like a Tales of the Old Republic or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's such an... They're afraid to explore that era of Star Wars.
I think
you know what
specifically
I mean?
in animation too, though.
Yeah.
Because I think
and-
they're comfortable animating things we've already seen.
Right, because it gives them a framework to work with. But
Yeah.
I feel like even in, especially animation, but in general, the Old Republic feels like an era that they are afraid to touch, because then you think of something like The Acolyte, where they tried, and they're like, they're trying to tell this different kind of era story, and I think it was overhated. I'm not saying it was great. It was far from the best thing they've done with Star Wars, but I think it was a little overhated. I liked the ambition of it and the idea of telling stories in this time period. And I think that because it got a lot of backlash, some warranted, some very unwarranted. But I think that because of this, they're really afraid to step outside of this framework that is the Skywalker saga, where they then are comfortable using different mediums like animation to tell these stories, because it's characters and places that we've already seen a lot of.
I think you're right, and I think that if we got a good Old Republic movie or show, then they wouldn't be as afraid to touch that with animation, because they build off what they already built in those movies or TV shows. But I think a good one would be Tales of the Separatists, and you get a Grievous origin story before he becomes a cyborg, and I don't really know who else you'd do in that. But I think Grievous would be a good start. Like, who else is a Separatist? Like, I don't even, like, Newt Gunray? Like, I don't fucking know. But
Yeah,
Grievous would be cool enough for me to just get 3 episodes of Grievous.
Make his all 6. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. I'll take it.
Are they all 6? Have they all been like?
Yeah,
3
they
and
all
3?
came out in the first day.
Oh no, but I wasn't sure how many episodes.
Yeah, it's 3 and
The
3.
show.
So
Okay.
everyone has 3. And I think Dooku's is still the best. But Tales of the Underworld, I would recommend seeing it. It's such an upgrade for Tales of the Empire. It's cool. Tales of the Empire had cool cameos. Spoiler for that show that came out like a year and a half ago. Darth Vader's in it. The Grand Inquisitor's in it. What's his name? Thrawn is in it.
It's also called Tales of the Empire. What do you expect?
Exactly. So Tales of the Underworld does have some cool cameos too. So I would definitely check out that show as well.
You know what's cool? One thing I want to say about these shows, I think it's cool. It's kind of like what Marvel's What If could have been, in a sense. A little different because it's not a what if, but just this idea of like an animated show where they're able to take, these characters and for the most part tell something really interesting to these the stories of these characters. Like season 1 of What If, it was another unique approach at expanding the universe. I guess that's the best way for me to put this, is using the animated TV front to kind of expand the universe in a unique way. What If did that in the first season. Like, I loved the Doctor Strange episode and
That was
everything.
so good.
And then after that, they got so focused on trying to make an overarching story. I mean, I just couldn't even finish it.
It dropped the ball 100%.
It really dropped the ball of what it could have been. What if? So I feel like, again, Tales of the Empire obviously dropped the ball too, but these, at least from having seen Tales of the Jedi and the trailers I saw for Tales of the Underworld, like it's what If Season 1 was in Star Wars' own way.
Yeah, I mean, like, everyone's still been petitioning for, like, Star Wars fans have still been petitioning for a what if style Star Wars show. Just animated what if, and everyone wants what if Anakin didn't turn to the dark side. What if Anakin beat Obi-Wan on Mustafar? And there's so much you could do besides what if Anakin did this or that, but those are just the two that come to my head. And I think a Star Wars what if show would fucking crush. Better animation, though. I hate the animation of what if. The style of it, I really strongly dislike it.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it as that way. Like,
but like, if they gave it Clone Wars animation,
that would be
Star Wars. What if?
That would be
how
pretty.
Sick would that be?
That would be pretty crazy. I would love that. I would love that.
Like, what if Maul killed Obi-Wan instead of Qui-Gon Jinn? Like, some cool shit you could do, dude.
You know, like, what if Finn was the Jedi?
Oh,
instead
Finn,
of fucking,
because
Rey.
he became Force sensitive in the 9th movie for some reason. But what if he was Force
No,
sensitive?
I was
in the
just
first
talking
one?
about this to begin with. Like, fucking Finn in that movie. It's like, Rey, I have to tell you something, Rey, and then he never fucking tells her.
And then she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Nothing."
Yeah, he's like,
busy.
Yeah, he's like, I'll send it to your secretary, and
if we survive, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's like one of those, and then he never tells her.
It's like, come on,
dude.
No, that's embarrassing. Yeah. Let's move on from Star Wars, because we can talk about this.
I wanted to briefly say something. I thought so. We were talking earlier. There's a new pope. The American Pope. Pope Leo the 14th or something. You know, it was really cool. I just wanted to mention that apparently he and all the other cardinals watched Conclave the night before they did their actual conclave.
That is so funny to me.
I think that is
so good.
Yeah, right. And that movie is actually really good. Like, I know we both saw it in the lead up to the Oscars. We've never talked about that movie on this podcast, but Conclave is so good.
Does it not also sound awesome to be a cardinal and have a conclave with your boys?
I was thinking the same thing.
Me and all the boys locked in the rooms with some wine, some bread, and we're just voting on each other to be the next leader. Like, that's so fun.
That's exactly what I thought. It's you and your homies. You and your homies, not locked, nay, sequestered.
Oh, sequestered, you're right.
Sequestered in a room from the entire outside world until you vote on who is the ultimate homie.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Which one of you is the best one?
Which one of you is the holy homie? Like, who's the holy homie?
Dude, that's fun. Do you think they play games and stuff? Like I know they just sit in the dining room and have lunch and stuff together, but do you think they play board games and shit?
Dude, the memes online were so fucking funny when this was all going down, because it was like, what if I saw one where it was like, oh, what if they actually did choose a new pope on the first try, but they were just vibing, and someone was like, hey yo Dave, send up the black smoke because they got margaritas cooking up back there.
This red wine's hitting, Dave. Let's go.
Hey yo man, these crackers pretty good. Maybe we go break the seal, hang out in Pope Francis's room for another night.
He'd want us to keep the party going, guys.
Hey man, we go till we burn the Vatican to the ground, all right? Burn this whole shit to the ground.
What point is this disrespectful? When we stop laughing?
I don't know. Last week we ranked the Thunderbolts via how likely they are to want a train ran on them. I feel like until we get to that line with the Cardinals, I feel like we're doing okay.
Yeah, well, I think let's rank the Cardinals based on how much they want to get railed by the Thunderbolts.
But which Thunderbolt? I feel like each Cardinal wouldn't match up.
You're right. We'll think about it. We'll bring it back next.
We'll put a pin in the Cardinal to Thunderbolt train ratio for now. Yeah. Let's get into some new trailers instead. How about that?
Yeah. Can we start with The Conjuring?
Yeah,
we just watched that the second before we started recording.
Yeah. Let's. Well, I want to hear your thoughts because you're not a big horror guy.
No, I don't care about horror at all. Never seen a Conjuring movie, but I watched the trailer just because, it's our job. And
job.
It's our job.
My 9 to 5, folks.
This is my career to watch a 2-minute trailer on YouTube. And I watched The Conjuring 4, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Conjuring 4, it's called The Conjuring Last Rites.
So I watched the trailer for Conjuring Last Rites, and I still don't care. It's not enough to bring someone who's never seen a Conjuring movie to the theater. I like Patrick Wilson a lot in everything he's in. He's always a standout to me. But besides that, I still don't care. I'm sure you've seen the other ones, but as someone who's never seen them, the trailer just did not seem interesting enough to make me care about it or want to really go see it.
I respect that take.
What do you think?
I get it. It's just a little different because I'm a fan of the franchise. If you're not a fan of the franchise, and now you're all the way here at the end,
You're right.
like this is. So I'll compare it to Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, coming out later this month. You and I been watching these movies for the last year or so, on and off, very excited. We haven't necessarily been fans all these years leading up, but it's safe to say we're both very excited for this film. It's the conclusion of a franchise. If you had never seen a Mission Impossible film a day in your life, it might be a little exciting to you, but overall,
Tom Cruise hanging off a plane is pretty sick, regardless.
I get it, but in terms of the whole impact of it being the final film and this climactic finish, you're not going to give a shit. You're going to say, well, I've never seen any of this. Yeah, maybe I'm in it for that. And so speaking on Conjuring, someone sees it, maybe they're not a fan of the franchise, and they can say, well, maybe that looks like I can get a couple of fun scares there or something, so maybe I'll go see it.
Because I'm not a horror guy, but if I was, and I was like, I've never seen these movies, it looks scary, I'll go see it. But I don't really care about horror as a genre.
Right, that's totally fair. I've seen all of them. The first Conjuring is one of my favorite horror films of all time. The second one is really great too. They were both directed by James Wan, who then left to go do the Aquaman films, and he was still a producer, but he got replaced by Michael Chavez, who did The Curse of La Llorona, and that was not a good movie in the franchise.
He also did the first Saw movie, right?
James Wan did.
Yeah, I like that movie actually.
Yeah. He Aquaman, whatever. I want him to return to his roots of horror.
The best part of Aquaman is when the trench monsters come up, and it's the scariest part of the movie.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, that really is the best part of that movie.
The light, and then just the monsters out and jumps on them, and they take over the ship.
Dude, but see, he's able to execute those kinds of scenes because of his experience in that genre.
Yeah,
and
cool.
That's what I want to see him return to. And I was really disappointed because Michael Chavez directed The Conjuring. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I couldn't even remember the tagline. I don't know why they started doing taglines. I was kind of annoyed by that too. It's like with the John Wick movies. John Wick
is worse than John Wick.
It's John Wick, John Wick 2, and then John Wick 3 Parabellum, and then goes back to just being John Wick 4.
There's nothing worse than that, dude.
What the fuck? But anyway, yeah. So I did really like, the first two, but The Devil Made Me Do It. Just didn't do it for me. The Devil didn't do it for me. It felt tonally awkward and off and different. And I appreciated that they were trying to go for a different kind of story, but It just didn't work. And I was hoping Juan would return for the fourth. Instead, it's Chavez again. I'm going to go see it. I've seen the Conjuring films. I've seen the Annabelle films. I've seen the whole universe.
Is the Nun in those universes?
Yes, the two Nun films are part of it. I love it. I love horror.
Wow.
Horror is one of my favorite genres. And I don't love all these movies. I like a decent amount of them, especially within the main Conjuring line. But the trailer looked interesting. And I love that we get to see Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga in these roles one last time, Ed and Lorraine Warren. But if I wasn't already a fan, I don't know if I'd go see it either. I'm just going because it's the conclusion. We'll see. They say that, and then there's always yet another. But I'm you know what? I hope I'm wrong. I really hope to be proven wrong. I hope it's a great film.
I hope you love it too. I'm not even going to go see it, but I hope you love it.
The fourth Conjuring probably would have been on last week's list for most anticipated films if it wasn't for the fact that the director of the third one is doing the fourth.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it probably would have been on there.
We have a lot of movies coming out soon that they actually weren't on our lists, but like, do you want to talk some Chris Evans right now?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit Chris Evans. How about The Materialists?
That's a great cast.
Yeah.
I so the trailer looks really good. It looks like it's gonna be like a stupid like rom-com type movie, but fun, and that's what I need for a movie like that.
You know, that's what the trailer's giving up. Did you see Past Lives?
No.
So it's the same director, Celine Song. Her feature debut was Past Lives, which was nominated for Best Picture back in the 2023 cycle. One of my favorite films that came out that year. Fantastic movie. It really touched me, and it's a very similar dynamic to what The Materialist is going to be, with this kind of like love triangle, this like complicated three-way relationship dynamic thing. Not three-way relationship, but love triangle is a good way of putting it. Like, that's what Past Lives is about, is like this love triangle dynamic of someone who moves from South Korea to the United States.
Really? I thought it was a movie about being like reincarnated.
Well,
oh
no, not literally.
I thought it was. I never seen it.
Watch the movie.
All right.
Anyway, so I point being, I think it's very telling that Celine Song has two movies now where the central story is seemingly around a love triangle of one woman and two men. I don't know if she's married.
So this happened to her, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if she's married. But if she is, and I'm her husband, and I'm going to these movie premieres, I'm saying, all right, one time's a really good movie. Two times you're trying to tell me something, honey.
Two times, be like, tell me their names. Who was it? Who was it?
Two times, be like, I won't get mad. I just want to know. I just want
was
to
it
know.
before?
Who it
It better be before we were married. Who is it?
Was he bigger than me?
Dude, like, it's got Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal seemingly fighting over Dakota Johnson, right? Is that who it is?
Yes.
From the trailer, Pedro Pascal is this like super rich, super fancy businessman or whatever. Chris Evans is like, I don't even know what his job is in the movie, but he's definitely poor, and he's like a down to earth, like poor guy, or not poor, but maybe middle class guy, living in an apartment with roommates. Who do you think she's gonna pick? Based on the trailers.
Well, I don't know.
I haven't
because isn't she like? So I didn't watch it. I watched the trailer like almost a week ago. She's like with, or like always has a thing with the Chris Evans character, right? Like that's what they're insinuating is like,
right.
They have the history.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking she's gonna go with the Pedro character.
Your team Pedro?
I don't know that I'm team Pedro. I'm giving a prediction.
I'm team Chris, and I think she's going with Chris.
Different. I'm just thinking everything that I know about the first film and then this, and it's not necessarily money related in the first one, but and we don't know that it even will be totally. I mean, they're insinuating in the trailer, but there could be a whole other curveball to the dynamic
right
between these people. That
and I think there will be.
No, yeah. So
I have a feeling that Pedro might end up just being a complete asshole. Like, they make him seem like a nice guy, and like both of them seem like great guys in the trailer, which makes it hard for us to pick who we think.
Oh no, Pedro's gonna be a dick. For sure.
But if he's a rich asshole, like what I'm predicting, then she's gonna pick him. Or what if she's like, "Fuck this, I'm not picking anybody."
No, that's possible.
That's definitely possible. Chris Evans has another movie coming out. Remember that one? Honey, Don't.
That's a good
starring
segue.
Margaret Qualley and Chris Evans and Charlie Day. Am I missing anybody? I think that was it. Right?
This is directed by Ethan Cohen, who I was last week. When we were talking Thunderbolts, I was trying to figure out the name of the movie that the actress that plays Mel was in, that was also directed by Ethan Cohen,
Right,
and that
Drive-Away
was
Dolls.
Drive-Away Dolls.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one looks interesting. I don't have a ton of thoughts on it. I think it's Ethan Cohen alone from his brother. So, you know, Drive-Away Dolls was fine. I really thought you had seen it for some reason, just
I've
because you
seen
have
Drive-Away
A-list.
Dolls.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Yeah, it was fine. I think I gave it 3.5 stars.
Like, I
You
really
know why
like.
though? It was the marketing that was bad. Because they made it.
Yeah.
I went like the movie premise is fine. It's a good movie premise, but they made the movie seem like it was more of a like action, not action, but like crime thriller. Like these women have a dead body in their trunk that they find or whatever, or this like case with money. They're being hunted
Yeah.
down by people. That's a way B plot of the movie.
Yeah, it was too short. The movie was it was like 90 something minutes for what it was trying to do. I don't know. Honey Don't just kind of gives me similar vibes to
Yeah.
Driveway Dolls, just like the makeup of it, the style. That checks out. Filmmakers are going to have similar styles from movie to movie, but I don't know if it's going to be anything that totally stands out. I really think that Joel Cohen is the stronger of the Cohen brothers. And when they do anything, it's better when they do it together. So it's interesting that they are doing projects separately because this is Ethan's second film without Joel. Joel's done a couple that Ethan wasn't co-directing him with him. But yeah, I think it's going to be... I think that one comes out... Because Materialist comes out in June. I don't even remember when Honey Don't.
I don't know. I think that it's got a great cast and it looks interesting, but yeah, I'm not like super excited for it. I think the Chris Evans role is gonna be really good, and Margaret Qualley's always a win. But besides
I
that,
just want him to be in better stuff, Chris Evans. Like his
yeah, I'm
filmography.
hoping this is that, but I feel like it's just gonna be another mid-level 3.5 stars for me kind of movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. The last one, real quick. Okay. Real quick thoughts on the Smashing Machine. Real quick thoughts. Did you watch that?
I did watch that.
Because there is one other one I wanted to bring up. But the Smashing Machine, real quick, what'd you think?
Dwayne Johnson, finally, dude. Finally a movie where he's not the same fucking person every single time, wearing a tan, a buttoned-up t-shirt in the jungle, okay? Like, Dwayne Johnson, I don't remember the guy he's playing. It's based on a true story of this wrestler, right? But he looks really good, and it looks really good. And Emily Blunt is in it, too. They were in Jungle Cruise together. But this actually seems like Dwayne Johnson is going to get recognition for his acting because so far he hasn't really done anything that shows that he's an excellent actor, and this could be his chance. And I'm very excited to see if he's an excellent actor or if he's just The Rock.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about like the three big wrestler turned actors, Dwayne Johnson, John Cena, Dave Bautista, and kind of where they're all at in terms of their filmography and also their proven talent as an actor. And I think it's safe to say, for better or worse, that The Rock is last in both. Mm-hmm. So, he's marketable because he's a big name, but there hasn't been a lot of meaningful work in his career as an actor to this point. And so this is his kind of gunning to have that under his belt, to call himself a serious actor, to make an Oscar run. I don't think he's going to win an Oscar for this. In fact, I don't even truly know how good of a shot he has just because the field, it's so early. Yeah. But this is what he's going for. I love Benny Safdie, the Safdie brothers. And I love them both in front of the camera and behind the camera. We were talking about, in our Robert Pattinson episode, about Good Time. And you mentioned that, I think you said that was one of Pete Davidson's favorite
That's his
movies?
favorite movie of all time.
Or favorite movie?
Yeah.
Check. And I said that checks out, which it does. Yeah, they did that too. So it's exciting, for sure. I'm not like dying to see it, but it comes out in October. They're positioning it for some sort of awards run. We'll see how it does. Any other thoughts?
I was gonna say we got a lot of shit for when we said Tom Holland was trying to prove himself as a serious actor. I don't think anyone's gonna disagree when we say that about Dwayne Johnson.
If you
Maybe.
do, if you do, I don't want to see your Letterboxd top 4. No offense.
It's the Tooth Fairy, the Game Plan, Jumanji, and Skyscraper, whatever the fuck he was in.
Oh my god! And it's the Smashing Machine, and it hasn't even fucking come out yet. It comes out in October. Yeah. Okay. Well, I wanted to get to one last trailer with you. We started this with The Conjuring 4, this segment of trailers. We're ending it with another horror film, and one that I didn't think I would say this back in college in my prime love of The Conjuring, but I'm saying it now. I'm more excited for this than The Conjuring 4, and that's Weapons. The new movie starring Julia Gardner and Josh Brolin, directed by Zach Kreger, who did Barbarian, which is that Airbnb horror movie that came out a few years ago. Fucking blew me away. Just so surprised how much I really enjoyed that and how genuinely scary it is. Like, I love horror. I don't actually get scared a lot. I just love the stories and like the craft. This movie actually got me a couple times, and like that's what
Barbarian?
Barbarian, and that's why I'm so excited for Weapons. And so I wanted to get your thoughts. It's, basically the premise for anyone who doesn't know is it's like a classroom of kids who walk out in the middle of the night into the darkness and never return.
Yeah, again, I don't care, but I will see this one because it's not a franchise, which is kind of what draws me away from seeing The Conjuring. One, it didn't look that good, and two, it's a franchise, so I'm not going to hop into the fourth one. I will see this one because I do think the idea is interesting, and I like Josh Brolin and Julia Garner. I'll see it. I mean, I don't have too much to say about it. You're the horror guy. I don't know. It's like horror movies, I don't really get scared by them because I expect every 5 seconds there to be a jump scare. So when there is one, I'm like, okay, I knew that was going to happen. When I don't get scared, and it's not like, oh, I don't get scared, I'm fucking sick, dude. No, I don't get scared, which makes it boring to me. It's the same way if you don't laugh at a comedy, it's not good to you. That's how I am with horror because I just know what's going to happen, I feel like, most of the time.
See, but I don't even disagree with you about like the whole jump scare stuff. I think that's a cheap way to scare someone. To me, a true good scare in a horror movie more often comes from tension and suspense. And like I said, I refer to it as a crafting that kind of like circumstantial fear. That's how I like to word it, is circumstantial fear. I think horror is at its strongest when it's relatable. And I think even if you're doing it in paranormal circumstances, if you can get an audience to connect enough with a character, you want to do that in any kind of movie. So if you can get them locked in and connected enough into where they are fearful and suspending their belief for these circumstances, so to speak, like you can create some pretty scary stuff. And like a movie like Weapons, how it relates back to this is that it's clearly going for some sort of message about school shootings.
Yeah.
You have a classroom of students, of kids who are disappearing in the middle of the night. The film is called Weapons. It's clearly going to be a play into gun control and the unfortunate problem in this country of mass school shootings. And to make that within, like, I think choosing the genre you make a story in is a purposeful choice. Nothing you see on screen is an accident if the person who's making the thing knows what they're doing. And so the choice for a guy like Zach Kreger, I really don't know how to say his last name, the choice for him to choose within this realm of horror that he is comfortable with to tell a story that in 2025 is as relevant as this, I think it breaks these bounds of what someone like you, who's a more casual to non-horror film fan, it breaks those bounds of like the kinds of films that you expect horror to be. And that's what makes a really good horror film, not just a really good horror film, but a really good film. Like
You're
Sinners.
selling me, dude. You're selling me right now. I'm definitely gonna go see it. But now I'm a teeny bit excited for Weapons. Do you have anything else to say about Weapons? I want to go on to one last trailer.
No, that was everything I had on that. I'm very excited, and I encourage everyone who's listening to go check it out. Support original movies.
Quickly, I just want to talk about Peacemaker for a second. Peacemaker Season 2 trailer came out. We watched Peacemaker Season 1 together.
Yes, we did.
Dude, I loved Peacemaker. I think you loved it too, right?
Dude, one of the best theme songs.
The intro is you can't skip it. You can't skip that intro.
Never skipped it.
They're doing a new one for Season 2.
Yeah, they are. And is it like bad that that's what I'm most excited for?
No,
And don't get me wrong, I'm like super excited for the actual show too. And the trailer looked great. There's a couple things I want to hash out real quick with you. But like, low key, I'm most excited for the theme song.
100%, dude. The intro is going to be the best part of the movie, the best part of the show, just like last season. I do want to talk about that trailer for just a second. I think it takes place after Superman because it comes out after Superman.
Yeah, also Hawkgirl and
So that's my question: is that Hawkgirl and Green Lantern are in the movie with Maxwell Lord, who is a villain, played by Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother. So I assumed at the end of the Superman movie that they would stop working for him, and they would join like Superman, or they just like be heroes. But if this takes place after, then I guess they're just gonna still work for Maxwell Lord, and be like his cronies.
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess. Oh, it's possible that like some parts of Peacemaker will take place before and some take place after.
True. That could be a flashback.
And they're only showing like that because we know who they work for now.
Yeah, that could be that's right. That could be a flashback to him doing that. Because also Mr. Terrific isn't in that part of the trailer. He's not in the trailer at all. And he's in Superman, and he works for Maxwell Lord too. So that might be reason for that. But it looks good. I don't really even know what the plot is,
which is great. I don't like it when a trailer totally reveals its whole idea.
I'm just hoping it's not a multiverse thing, because at the end of the trailer you see him point a gun at himself, like another version of himself. Maybe that's like a psychological thing or just like a mirror thing. I don't know, but I just hope it's not.
Yeah, I mean, some people were speculating that it could be like the DCEU Peacemaker versus the DCU Peacemaker.
I saw that.
It could also just be like a clone kind of situation. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not against the multiverse thing. I think when done right, it could be really cool. I mean, look at Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that's an original film. I just think it needs to be like a story that makes sense to tell in the multiverse setting in the whole, like in the first place. You know?
I'm against it because it's too early for that.
Well, it depends. Well, if they're just they might not be doing it per se. It might just be some way to explain how Peacemaker Season 1 is the DCEU, Peacemaker Season 2 is DCU. I don't know. It's honestly such a headache to like think of all this, but
because Peacemaker kills Rick Flag in the Suicide Squad, but then Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos talks about it, which is canon to the DCU. And in this trailer, Rick Flag Sr. is there, and he's probably hunting down Peacemaker to get revenge for his son. So I think James Gunn's going to say fuck it, and all of Peacemaker's part of it, except for the parts that mention like Batman or something like that. Like
like the ending where
the ending with the Justice League. Yeah,
the Justice League. You know, so I agree, because I think most people are at a point where they're like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's one season of Peacemaker, and then the Suicide Squad.
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, just say it's part of it.
We can just cherry pick.
We don't need to get so technical about every little thing. No. We understand that we're real people in the real world, and we understand that there are factors beyond the creative controls. So we're not we're not like pushing like, well, how is this not, like part of this and that? Like, no, we get it. It's a lot of bullshit that goes on.
I don't need an in-universe explanation as to how Peacemaker gets to the regular DC universe. Like, just say he's there. I don't give a fuck.
Right, because then you run the risk of like ruining a lot of what's already established with the character by
Right.
trying to justify him being in a new universe.
It's the beginning of a new universe. It's not like being like, oh, Toby's been in the MCU the whole time. Like, you need an explanation. Like, Toby Maguire's been in the MCU the whole time. You need an explanation for that. But it's a new universe. Just say this guy's in there. You know, it's the first movie hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I agree. Just we all know what the deal is, so
Yeah, we
just roll with it.
give DC a break, guys.
Yeah, give us a break. We're getting tired, man. Give the rest of us a break. We get it. It's DCU, not DCU.
Dude, for
Fucking
real.
whatever.
Yeah, who cares? We have some fun stuff for the end of this episode. I think I'll let you take charge of it because they're both your idea, and they're pretty fun.
Yeah, man. Well, so we've done some rankings. We have another one that we're gonna do in a little bit, but first, we wanted to do a draft, and so we're gonna do our first draft, and this is going to be, we're calling it a genre draft, and so what we're gonna do is Jack and I are gonna go back and forth drafting films that correspond to these following genres. We got comedy, drama, science fiction, horror, action, animation, musical, documentary, war, and western. So 10 genres. We're going to pick 2 for each. We can draft any genre at any time. There's no like, oh, this spot has to be this has to be that. But that's going to be part of like the scheming and the skeeving between the two of us, because we're going to say, oh, like I could be like, oh, Jack wants to pick a certain drama here. Do I want to get my war out of the way? Do I want to get one of these out of the way? And so we're gonna give it a shot. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Do you want to start? This is your draft. I'll let you decide if you want to start.
I have a better way. Give me 2 seconds.
Bring him out.
I forgot to bring it before.
All right, guys, it's just me. Somebody help. Josh is holding me hostage. Please, my family's in danger. Please send help. Josh is holding me hostage. I don't know what to do. I don't want to do this podcast anymore. Hey, guy. Hey, buddy. Hey.
I hope you weren't spilling too many government secrets.
No, I would never tell any of your secrets.
I meant to bring it when we were setting up for the episode, and then we were dealing with the shenanigans with the camera, and I forgot. But I decided the best way to decide is to bring our buddy Martin Van Buren back out. If you've been following along with us on this podcast, you know all about how important Martin Van Buren is to the box office dynasty.
He's our mascot.
He is our co-host, our best pal, and we are going to use him to decide who will go first in the draft. I think it's the most fair way.
I agree. You want to call it?
I'll call it. I'm going to call heads, because
Okay.
I really enjoy Van Buren head. Okay.
Okay.
Heads.
All right. You starting?
So it was me after all.
It was you because you love Martin Van Buren's head.
Thank you, Marty. Okay. This is tough, actually.
So wait, you want to run through the genres just one more time?
Okay. I'll run through the genres. So, comedy, drama, science fiction, horror, action, animation, musical, documentary, war, and western. So for everyone at home, do you have all that down, Jack?
I got all of it written down.
So when you draft, say the genre and then say the name. And I'm going to keep track of both of what we do on here.
Perfect.
And we'll post the results on our socials, actually.
Yeah, we will.
So,
Well, actually,
all right.
you know what we should do? We should post and have people vote on who had the best draft.
Yeah. So let us know whose draft you think is better. In round 1, pick one. I didn't really think about which one I would do first. I was so worried about like just having picks.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to knock a drama off the board, off the bat. And I'm going to say for the first overall pick in the 2025 genre draft, the Joshes select The Godfather.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was getting nervous for a second.
Drama.
That's not bad. For the second pick in the first round, Jack's team is going horror. And I know I'm taking one from you because for my first pick, I'm picking Sinners.
Oh, wow! A first round pick.
First round pick was Sinners. I had to pick it before you took it. I knew you were gonna. I feel like it was on your list, right?
It was definitely one of the ones. I mean, we're each gonna get 2 picks in this draft for each genre, but like, I definitely have more than 2 down for all of them.
Yeah.
For
But
at least
was that something you were planning on picking?
It was one of the options.
Okay.
It was definitely one of the options. I was considering it. I'm not gonna say I wasn't. I just crossed it out though. Well, we're gonna go snakes. So round 2, you'll go first.
Okay. So I'll start again.
Yeah.
I'm going recency. I think I'm going recency. I'm gonna pick for the first pick of round 2. Jack's team is selecting War, and you could flag me on this play, but I'm gonna pick Oppenheimer.
No, I won't flag you on it. I think that's.
I think
I'll
War.
take
It could fit in the War category, right? You could squeeze it in there.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
Okay.
I'll let that slide.
I'm taking Oppenheimer.
Okay. Let me write that down. I know that we each have our picks down too, but I just want to have all the.
Yeah.
Anyway, with the second round, I'm going to take a horror because you got me all scared now. I don't want to lose all my good horror picks. And I'm going to take one of my favorite horror films of all time, The Shining.
Okay. I actually don't like that movie.
Damn.
That's one of my film hot takes. Is I don't like the Shining.
I don't think we can continue to do this podcast together anymore. That hurt.
That, bro. That's a game changer.
All right. And round 3, I'm going to knock an animation off the board.
Okay.
Now that this is... All right, I'm going to do it just to take it from you because it's probably on your list.
Don't you fucking do.
I'm going to take Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay. That was on my list, but it wasn't my top 2. So
It wasn't in mine either, but I did that to try and take it out of yours. I wasn't sure if it
also,
was.
you'll gain favor with the whoever votes for the which one has the better draft because people fucking love that movie.
I mean, rightfully so. It's a fantastic movie.
That was a good pick. I'm going sci-fi from a round 3 pick, and I'm gonna steal something from you. Maybe I'm going Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars Episode 5, baby.
That is a good one. Again, on my list, but was not in my top 2. You know, it's really hard to say top 2. Like, I'm not even necessarily saying these are like my top 2 of all time, like definitively.
Yeah, there's a lot to balance with them.
It's just in this particular draft. Like when I say top 2, I mean like of my consideration in this draft. I hate like the favorite film, favorite this, favorite that. It's hard to narrow down. There's so many.
We're considering so many different aspects. Like I'm figuring out what I like the most, what's the most iconic, what is the most impact on culture, you know, like stuff like that.
And not to forget that a lot of these cross into multiple genres.
Exactly.
So like Oppenheimer, yes, that's I let it slide for War because I think that's valid, but it's also, you know, a drama, a thriller.
I almost put it in drama, but I was like, I have some good drama, so I want to put it in War.
Yeah, that's another thing with the genre draft is trying to like figure out. I'll put this in this genre so I can do this somewhere else. So
I think I'm gonna piss you off with my round 4 pick.
Okay,
I'm doing back-to-back sci-fis. I'm knocking out my sci-fi category with Interstellar.
Oh, you fucking!
was that on there?
I'm not gonna say it on here.
You can't call me that.
Can't say what I want to say.
Can't say it.
All right. Okay. That's fine. I'm definitely going to take one of my. Well, actually, you can't even. Ooh. You just knocked out your sci-fis, actually.
Yeah, I'm done with sci-fi.
I'm going to hold off on sci-fi then.
Yeah, oh shit, that's true. You can wait your turn now, dude. You can wait a while.
Yeah, I do not need to Do not need to dick around on that yet.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, I'm actually going to take a Western.
Okay.
And I'm going to take Django Unchained.
Okay. I like that a lot. I've actually never seen Django.
I wasn't sure if you had.
It's on my list. It's like a movie I really need to see.
But I want to get that out of the way. And then to crack open round 5. Oh. I'm going to take an action movie. And I'm going to take The Dark Knight.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. That was really good. Ah, man.
Was that on any of your lists?
No, it wasn't. I didn't even think about that. I think I'm gonna go action too. And I'm gonna start. What is this? Round 5? Are we on round 5 right now?
We are on round 5. You
Okay.
are the second half of round 5.
Round 5. I'm gonna do action also, and I'm gonna say Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, very good. Very, very good. It wasn't on my list, but that's very good, man. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I was stuck between that or the second one. I mean, not the second one, the third one, Last Crusade. But I think I like the third one better, but the first one's just too iconic. I can't.
Yeah, I think in a draft format, you kind of have to go with the most iconic of a film.
Yeah, I can't. And obviously, I'm not going to pick both for my action films. Like, I'm not doing any repeat franchise.
Yeah, we didn't really specify that, but I think it was kind of just an unwritten, like, I'm not doing.
Yeah, like I did. Yeah, like I'm not doing. I guess none of these. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back. My second one wasn't gonna like Return of the Jedi. You know. I'm gonna go drama. Oh. No, I'm going comedy for round 6, and I'm snagging Superbad.
Oh, that was so on my list.
I'm snagging it, dude.
That was so on my list, Jack.
Yeah, you can't talk comedy movies without throwing Superbad in the mix.
Dude, I'm immediately taking a comedy off the board.
Oh, great! I know exactly what it's gonna be too.
No, I don't think you do actually.
Okay.
I'm taking The Holdovers.
Really?
Dude, fantastic comedy, man. And you know what's great about a comedy like The Holdovers? So one, I immediately think that is one of the all-time greatest Christmas films. Like I
agree.
I could rewatch that every single year. I rewatched it. So I saw it when it came out in 23. I rewatched it last year. Might get even better on rewatches. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
It is so good. It is so funny. Like the scene when like Paul Giamatti is driving Dominic Sessa to the hospital because he was like, telling him not to go in the gym and fuck around. And then he goes in the gym and fuck around.
Oh,
He's like
yeah.
sitting in the back seat. Dude, it cracks me up. I had to take that. I just wanted it on my team.
I never really think of that movie as a comedy.
But that's what I was trying to say. Like, I think comedies that can blend in, like, because it goes into multiple genres.
It is
comedies
a comedy.
that can do.
It's not the first thing that pops in my head.
I loved it. I mean, Superbad was one of my top ones too. But I'm more than happy to take The Holdovers.
That's fair. Great movie.
Oh, it's still me. That's right. I got so excited about The Holdovers, I forgot it was still me. I am going to. I'm going to take a musical, and I'm going to take La La Land.
Okay, that was on my list.
Yeah, I'm going to take La La Land now.
I can sacrifice that. I'm gonna go animation for my round 6 pick, and I'm gonna say Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Ooh, what a good movie!
That might be my favorite animated movie of all time. It's
wow, really?
It's definitely top 3. It's so up there. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is so good. I'm gonna do for the start of round 7.
That was round 7. Now we are
round
going
7?
into round 8.
Oh, then the start of round 8. I'm gonna go drama, and I'm taking The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, that's such a good pick.
I was kind of surprised you haven't taken it yet.
Damn.
I
Definitely one of the ones on
I
my
didn't think it'd
list.
go undrafted until round 8.
I mean, I have a lot of dramas, so it's fine.
I know.
But I'm just gonna close out drama for me. I'm gonna go old school with this one. Take what I think is one of the all-time great dramas, 12 Angry Men.
Okay.
That is the greatest like court movie and just one of the all-time like it because it's so consolidated into this one area. Not that we're taking too much time to explain these, but I don't think you've seen it, right?
Nope.
It's one of these classic. It's a Sidney Lumet. It's like consolidated in one area, and just so many of the movies that you see that are like courtroom or jury based now were inspired by this one. Super great. I might have taken this even if you didn't take Shawshank, although Shawshank is a tough one to lose. But yeah, definitely going to take 12 Angry Men. Just
A lot of
wanted,
icons on your list.
I just wanted to give it a little shout out, and then I'm starting round 9, and I am gonna knock out another action, my last action. And I could take one from you that I'm almost confident you're gonna have, but I just want to go with the one that I prefer, and that is Skyfall. I love James Bond. I haven't mentioned this on the podcast yet, but from November of 2022 to December of 2024, I watched, with the exception of 1 or 2 months, a Bond film a month, once a month, to get from the beginning of Sean Connery all the way to the end of Daniel Craig. And a lot of them not so great, but also a lot of them were really fun, and it was just cool to kind of like work through that franchise because it's like 27 movies. Wasn't sure that I'd ever get through all of them, but dude, Skyfall is like the best James Bond movie in my opinion. It is so good, such great action.
The only one I've seen.
Yeah, but you say you don't even remember.
I have no
right?
memory of it.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
I'll finish this round by finishing my action also. I'm going to say for action, Mission Impossible Fallout.
I was thinking of taking it from you, but I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to let him have it.
It's the best Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
But we got another one soon, so maybe it won't be. And I'm going to start with musical, and I think you might have to throw a flag on this one too. I'm just preparing you, but I think it's valid. My first musical is going to be The Lion King.
Oh, dude.
Does that count? Like the actual animated movie, not the actual musical.
Oh, it counts. It
Okay.
totally counts. I had that in my animation category.
Okay, I threw it in musical. They sing, they dance. I was like, this got to count.
That counts. That totally counts. Okay. I'm going to start. I'm going to take a documentary.
Okay.
No one's taken a documentary yet.
I just figured you and I have not, like, we're not going to have the same one, so it's not a
We're
risk.
not. We're not. There's no risk. I just feel like taking one.
Okay.
I also feel like there's very low risk that if you take one from me, I won't have another one prepared anyway.
Right.
So I'm going to take a documentary that I actually just watched a couple months ago called No Other Land. It won the best documentary at the Oscars, and it has to do with the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. Mm-hmm. And it honestly was one of the most moving things that I've ever watched. And it's like very hard to watch, like, but it's worth it. Rent it, find it, whatever. Like, this is an important watch.
I tried to watch all the documentaries for the Oscar season, and that's one of the ones I missed.
It was the best one, for sure. If you can, like I said, if you can find a way to watch it, and this is not just for Jack, this is for everyone. This is an important piece of cinema. So that's all I got to say on it. To begin round 11 on a equally horrible note, I'm gonna take War, and I'm gonna take Schindler's List.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, this was not the happiest turn in the draft for me, but it had to be done.
Yeah.
Couple of beautiful films, tragic but beautiful films.
Yeah, it's some say it's Spielberg's best.
I think it is. I would be one of those.
Fair.
I am some.
I'm more of a Jurassic Park kind of guy, but you know, we'll see.
Dude, they came out like the same year. How did he do Schindler's List
Insane.
and Jurassic Park? Like, that is the epitome of range.
Yeah,
Epitome.
you ever think he like walked on a set and forgot which one he was on, and he like mixed
Yeah,
them
he's like on the set of Schindler's List, and everyone's like all sad, and it's like really serious tone, and he's like, "How about some fucking dinosaurs, baby?"
Yeah, he's like, "Watch! You're supposed to be acting like there's a velociraptor behind you." And he's like, Liam Neeson's like, "What are the hell are you talking about?"
He's like, "No, the line isn't welcome to Auschwitz; it's welcome to Jurassic Park."
Jesus Christ. Poor Spielberg. So yeah, we're laughing, we're having a good time.
Yeah, why are we laughing more when we talked about war than when we talked about the comedies? What the fuck is wrong with us?
Well, I'm going to comedy right now for my 11th.
You're going to comedy, Schindler's List 2.
Schindler's List. I'm going to say Step Brothers for my pick.
Yeah, is that what you thought I was going to take before?
Yeah, I thought
in comedy.
I thought you were going to take Step Brothers.
It was on my list. It was on my list.
And then I think I'm going to finish my musicals. I think I'll knock out my first one,
Lion King.
I think I'm going to knock out musicals for the start of round 12 with Wicked.
See, I knew you were going to take that. I wanted to take it from you.
See, musical and horror are not really my things, so I kind of went for some general ones that you probably thought of. The rest of them are more me, but these ones, I love Lion King, obviously, and Wicked and Sinners and the other one I picked, but these are not really my genres, so a lot of people have seen these, so, you know, they're very popular movies.
Jack's calling himself basic.
I'm basic for 2 categories, all right, guy?
All right, that's all I'm hearing is basic.
All right.
I'm gonna wipe out my animation. I don't even remember if you did all of yours yet, but I'm just gonna take my second one. I'm gonna take Wall-E.
Okay.
Love Wall-E so much.
I have the Pixar movie on my list, but I'm not going to pick it. Because yeah.
Now you don't have to. I mean, I wasn't going to take Into the Spider-Verse. I literally took it because I was trying to take it from you.
Yeah.
I am going to knock out my last sci-fi. I never did that. That's right. And I'm going to take Back to the Future.
That was my third on my list.
Yeah, I was really afraid you were taking that from me. I wanted that so much. Back to the Future in the 13th round is diabolical.
Did you finish your Westerns?
No.
What round is this?
We are in round 13. We're almost done, I think. Round
13, I'm going to go my first Western, and I'm going to say Back to the Future Part 3. Well, we're talking about Marty McFly. Let's go to Back to the Future Part 3.
Hey, fucking valid.
Yeah,
I can't argue it.
And I guess I'll start round... Wait, 14 now?
14.
Round 14. I'll finish my animation, too. I was going to say Monsters, Inc. I had to trade it out just because of... I think there might be some recency bias, but I'm going to say The Wild Robot.
Oh.
I loved it. It's cute. It was up for an Oscar last year. I'm just going to say it because it's a great movie. I don't know if it's better than Monsters, Inc., but I do really like it. So I
Were
think
you
it
surprised
deserves its flowers.
that it didn't win the Oscar?
I was very surprised.
I mean, Flow was great.
Flow was great too, but The Wild Robot was just amazing.
Meanwhile, the Brits were like, "What happened to Wallace and Gromit?
What the heck?" Wait, what does Millie Bobby Brown say? She like eats a carrot. She's like, "The dirtier the better," and people think she looks like Gromit.
What?
You ever seen that? Or Wallace?
No.
All right.
She looks. All right. Well, that's an important question. Would you rather look like Wallace or would you rather look like Gromit?
Gromit, dude. Wallace is some ugly, pale, bald. Oh wait, is that you? No, I'm just kidding.
Dog. You'd rather look like a dog?
Yes, he's cute.
But okay.
Okay.
Well, look, Wallace is a bitch. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Wallace is such an asshole.
Straight up bitch. All right, whatever. But you know, I won't take it personally. It's fine. I'm gonna take my second horror film, and I'm going to take The Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, that's iconic.
Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
Yeah.
You guys, most of the ones you've named, I haven't seen. I'm gonna be honest with you,
dude. I feel like I've been picking iconic films too.
That's what I've been saying. I just haven't seen a lot of iconic films. I've never seen The Godfather.
Damn. And you do a film podcast. Never seen The Godfather.
Well, if they pick it in the film Bible, maybe I'll watch it.
It insists upon itself. What are you, Peter Griffin? It insists upon itself.
I did not care for The Godfather.
I liked Money Pit. I liked that movie too. All right, and my next pick. What do I still have to do? I'll knock off another documentary, and I'm going to take Will and Harper. That was that Will Ferrell documentary where he went across the country with his friend who had just come out as transgender and gone through the surgery and everything, and the friend was actually a writer. She was a writer on SNL while Will worked there. Pretty cool.
I knew you were going to take that. You've been praising that one a lot, so
that was really good. Now, speaking of Oscars, I was surprised that didn't come away with even a nomination.
Yeah. My turn now?
Yes.
Round what? 14? 15?
We're in round 15.
I always forget.
Dear God.
My bad. Round 15, I think I'm going to start with a documentary, my first one. The best documentary I've ever seen. Obviously, I'm biased because it's me. It's going to be the Stan Lee documentary that came out in 2023 that Disney Plus put out.
Never saw it.
It was awesome, man. They just compiled a bunch of interviews of Stan Lee and basically the origins of his creation of Spider-Man and the Hulk and the Avengers, or not the Avengers, but a lot of the Avengers characters, Tony Stark, and just his process of like creating these characters. And he was just such a good guy, man. I mean, this whole thing about like he does it for the love of the craft. He doesn't do it for the money. He wants to show people. He wants to have his audience see that anybody could be a hero. Peter Parker could be anybody. Spider-Man could be anybody. And it was just really, really heartfelt, and I really loved it. My second pick, starting off with round 16,
yes,
is I think I'm gonna go war, and I'm gonna go Tarantino, and I'm gonna say Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, that had to be there.
It had to be there. So
one of us had to be there. That is such a good movie.
Yeah, it's my second favorite Tarantino that I've seen. I'm still missing a few, like Django, but
what's your favorite?
No, it's my third favorite. My favorite is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. My second one is Pulp Fiction, and my third one is Inglourious Basterds.
I'm gonna go musical.
Okay.
And I am going to take West Side Story. Doesn't even really matter which one. The original and the new one are... Well, the problem is I actually like them almost equally the same.
One of them has some actors that people might not want to be associated with anymore, so...
Yeah, I get it. Ansel Elgort, but, it is still a tremendous film, in my opinion. I'll go with the original, just because you know me. And the original is iconic. Natalie Wood, of course. Fantastic performance. So I'll go the original, but I love the Spielberg version all the same. So I'll go West Side Story to close out my musical and to start round 17, folks. Give it up for round 17.
I think we have 3 picks left, right?
We do. We do have 3 picks left.
Okay.
I'll keep the Tarantino. I'll double up Tarantino on my Westerns. I'm going to keep the Tarantino train rolling. I'm going to take The Hateful Eight.
Damn it. Damn, dude. That was my number 1 pick for Westerns. I just didn't pick it yet.
There we go.
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite Tarantino that I've seen, to be honest. It's really good.
Dude, I love that movie.
It's still really good.
Yeah.
You go... that was it.
Yeah, it's your turn.
I'm going to go documentary again, and just like you, something that was nominated for an Oscar this year was Incident. It was a short film documentary. Did you end up watching that?
I didn't. I don't usually get around to the shorts. I want to change that next year, though.
It was really good. It's only like 15 minutes or something like that. No, that's not true. Maybe 30 minutes? I don't know. It's definitely less than like 45 minutes. But it was really good. It's just all behind the scenes of the unfortunate murder of an innocent black man by police brutality. And it shows all the body camera footage. And it's basically like investigative research that exposes these police officers that were doing wrong. And it was really, really insightful. And it was really cool to see. something like that actually get made and nominated. I really wanted it to win. It didn't win, but I wanted it to. Starting round 18, I will pick. This is my second to last pick. I'm gonna do. I'll do my western too. I'll finish my westerns. Have you ever seen Rango?
Yeah,
Dude,
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp playing a
That's
lizard.
such a good pick. That's
Johnny
such
Depp playing a lizard in the Wild West. The bad guy's like a giant rattlesnake. It's actually a really good movie. If you haven't seen Rango, it's so impossibly hard to describe this movie to people.
Dude, the scene when he's like in like going across like the car, like in the beginning.
Yeah,
he's,
it's
like,
so
in the car.
good.
It's so he's like trying to get back. It's so good.
It's so hilarious too. It's got like deadpan humor too. It's so funny. So
Absolutely.
I would definitely recommend
It's
Rango.
a Nickelodeon movie actually, but it's really good.
Also, there's some dark moments. There's moments where like characters just straight up die, and they like just make jokes about it.
I mean,
really
Avatar is a Nickelodeon show, so I'm not that surprised.
Yeah, but they show like a dead body of like a raccoon or something, or like some rat character, or like a squirrel or something, and it's like, oh yeah, that's Steve. He's been dead for 3 weeks in the back of the saloon.
You know, I'm even more glad I took the Hateful Eight now because my backup wouldn't have been Rango. I didn't think of it, but I'm so glad that Rango is on the draft board now. Like, that's perfect.
Yeah. Wait, we still have 2 more actually.
Yes, we do have 2 more. So I have to pick between another comedy and another sci-fi, actually. So I'm going to save sci-fi for the end, and I'm going to go comedy. And this is tough. I'm going to go with the new one over the old one this time, and I'm going to say Bottoms with Rachel Sennett and Io Adebari. I thought that was so fucking funny when it came out.
I loved it.
And like I was having a blast in the theater and cracking up, and I need to rewatch it. It's hilarious. And then I have another sci-fi, I believe. Is that it?
No, I have 2 more. Unless you, so you should have 1 more.
Oh. Well, I should have 1 more. All right, I'll take a sci-fi.
You should have 1 more. I have 2 more.
All right. I'll take a sci-fi. And I am going to close it out with none other than Dune Part 2.
Oh, I didn't even think of the Dunes, man. That was good. That's good.
As my sci-fi.
I'm gonna run through mine. I'm between horror and horror and drama. So I'll start with horror. My second horror pick is gonna be It.
Oh.
It's cool. It's good. And my second drama is gonna be Good Will Hunting.
Dude, that was on my list.
That's a classic, man.
That's a great one.
Good Will Hunting.
I did have 1 more, actually. I knew my math wasn't adding up. So I have a horror film to finish with.
Okay.
Or not a horror film, a music. No, what was it? A war film. All right. I was I'm trying to keep track on my list. You can't see if you're listening on Spotify, but the way I'm keeping track is not conducive to anything. It's just chaos. Because this is the 20th round, so I would bookend. Okay. So my last war film that I'm going to take is Come and See. It is 1985. It is one of the, honestly, one of the most traumatic kind of films I think you could ever watch. I'll just leave it at that for the sake of time. But
yo, did you see this shirt that I was missing last week?
Yeah, dude. Look at you wearing.
I couldn't find it.
Look at you wearing your Boba Fett shirt the week after May the 4th.
Waiting for you to notice.
I'm wearing this cool Project Hail Mary shirt. My coworker got it for me for my birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Shout out.
Should we should grind through this last segment and then call it an episode, I think.
Yes, we should. So our top 5 TV mothers. So tomorrow, we're recording this on Saturday, May 10th. Tomorrow is Sunday, May 11th, otherwise known as Mother's Day. Yeah. In a way for us to honor and celebrate all the mothers out there, we decided to rank our top 5 favorite TV mothers. Or, the women who helped raise us, of course, after our real mothers. Yeah. Jack, would you like to go first?
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to everybody's mothers who's listening to this. Or tell your moms from the box office, thanks. Because I doubt any moms are listening.
From the boys, Jack and Josh. Boys, yeah. They say happy Mother's Day. No big deal.
I ranked mine based off how good they are as a mother in their role as mother. Do you want me to just go through all 5?
Yeah, 5 to 1.
All right. Number 5, I have Lisa Belcher from I mean, Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers. Don't let my girlfriend hear that I called her Lisa at first. She's gonna hate that. Linda Belcher at number 5. Number 4, Marge Simpson. Number 3, Joyce Byers from Stranger Things. Number 2, and we could explain all these when we're talking a little bit after we're done with all of them. Number 2, I have Kaya from Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's Katara and Sokka's mom. And the number 1 greatest mother in all of television is Debbie Grayson from Invincible.
Oh, dude. There were some good ones, man.
What do you got?
There were some really good ones. All right. In fifth place, I had Lois from Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay.
The Malcolm in the Middle mom.
I considered it.
She's kind of crazy, but she's raising 4 boys. She's raising 4 boys, man. And fourth, I also have Joyce from Stranger Things. Honestly, not too many moms more committed than that. Mm-hmm. In third place, I have Marge from The Simpsons, iconic mother. In second place, I have Kitty Foreman from That 70s Show. And even in That 90s Show, she was, Grandma Foreman. Freaking fantastic. And in first place, not that this was ever going to sniff your list, but just because I grew up with older parents and I know some of the shows, I'm going with Carol Brady from The Brady Bunch. That was, for a generation older than ours, Jack, like the mother, for so many people was Carol Brady, Mrs. Brady. So that is my top 5 TV mothers.
That was a good list. I had Kitty Foreman on my list. She had to get booted. She would have been 6th place. And then we had Marge and Joyce switched. But, dude, you got to give Debbie Grayson her props.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think of her. But she definitely deserves to be in the conversation. We were talking about her a couple weeks ago. She is one of the strongest characters, arguably, in Invincible.
Yeah, she has that willpower. And same thing as Joyce Byers, kind of, in the similar way. Like, all this paranormal, like, extra shit that she has to deal with. And she fucking powers through and finds her son in the first season.
I mean, she drops everything. And she loses so much, but she does everything for her son.
And even Hopper in season 4. She goes to Russia with Murray.
Yeah, like she's just a great person and a great mother. I mean, she tears up her whole house in season 1. You know what I mean? So she's willing to do what it takes. And Marge Simpson, I want to say this about Marge Simpson. She's just an iconic mother. I feel like she is like an unironically accurate representation of an era of, because The Simpsons is an unironic adaptation or like characterization of what an average American like nuclear family household looked like. And I think like the overshadowed, overworking mother is a key caricature of that. I think Marge Simpson represents that for a lot of people in certain eras and in certain generations. And I mean, it's The Simpsons.
She also has to deal with Homer Simpson.
So she's got to deal with Homer's bullshit. The guy's a doofus.
I wanted to explain my number 2 being Kaya from Avatar: The Last Airbender. She's nowhere near my favorite character. Obviously, she has like 2 minutes of screen time, and Katara won't shut the fuck up about her. But the fact that I did my list based on their role as a mother, and the fact that she let the Fire Nation think she was a waterbender, the last waterbender in the Southern Water Tribe, so she would get killed instead of Katara. I think that shows everything you need to know in that 2-minute scene in season 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, that she is a fantastic mother, and she had to be my number 2 spot just for the sole fact that she literally died for her child.
I think that's fair. I think it's a really fair justification. I had a couple of mothers that I booted when we confirmed we were doing this just based on favorite, like in terms of characters, and also like who are as good mothers. One of them is Estelle Costanza from Seinfeld. George Costanza. Dude, I don't know about best mom, but she loves her son. You know what I mean?
She's funny as fuck, too.
She's super funny. So was the dad, played by Jerry Stiller.
Yeah,
yeah, really, dude. What's funny is he also played the same exact kind of role in
King of Queens. Yeah, I know.
It's like, dude was the exact same character in both.
I know. I saw King of Queens first, and then I saw Seinfeld after. I was like, holy shit, he's just the same guy.
And you would be like, wait, are these like connected? But no, the secret is that King of Queens is actually loosely connected to Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
So that's not what they want. They don't want you to know that. But that leads me to the other one that I booted off was Marie from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, yeah.
Ray's mom, played by Doris Roberts.
I want to mention my last one on the list because I think I got to everything. Was Linda Belcher. Similar to Marge, the reason I had Marge. I had Marge at 4 and Linda at 5. She just has to deal with everyone's bullshit. But the difference between Linda and Marge is that Linda always has a positive attitude. And she loves her kids no matter what, and her husband. And you could see they've been married for so long, and she still actually tries to, like, be, like, romantic and lovey-dovey. And Bob just is kind of an asshole to his wife a little bit. Like, he's just, like, get away from me type guy. Like, let me flip burgers. But I do want to hear an explanation for you for Malcolm in the Middle.
Dude, like I said, I mean, she has to put up with, like, a lot of fucking shit.
But she's kind of a fucking psycho, though, no?
I don't know. I think every mom is a little bit psycho. Like, she has 4 boys, dude. She has 4 boys.
I know. And Hal is basically a child.
And she's got Hal. You know what I mean? You got fucking Dewey doing all sorts of fucking
No,
shit
Dewey's
around.
the goat. Don't you talk shit about Dewey.
I'm not talking shit. I love Dewey, but I'm talking from a mother's perspective. I'm not Dewey's mother. Dewey could fucking pull the fire alarm for all I give a shit.
They're coming back, except Dewey. Isn't that crazy?
Well, he doesn't, the actor does not act anymore.
I know.
Dude, but they are all coming back, including Lois, top 5 fucking mother on television. Let's fucking go. No, yeah, I think she's a really funny character. I think that she is, she's the matriarch and she's kind of the one who runs the household itself. Like, that house
You're right.
would not function with Hal only. Like,
It would fall apart.
it would fucking fall apart in 2 seconds. Hal is nothing like Walter White in terms of Bryan Cranston characters. He is not running this shit. And 4 boys. All right? It is, like, I love that Family Guy cutaway where they, like, smack her with the freezer and he's like, we're free, boys. We're finally free. And I'm like, they walk into the sunset. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, but what about after that? Who's washing the dishes?
Yeah,
Who's going to cook them dinner? Do any of those fuckers in that family fold their clothes? No. I don't think so.
It's so funny.
What's his face? What's the brother that goes into the military? He's the only one
I
that...
don't even remember.
He's the only one that...
I don't remember.
No, I think it was the other one. I don't remember,
No,
but he's the only one who probably folds his own laundry.
It's really... No, that was Reese was the other one.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I don't remember his name. But it's
it
really
was
funny
Chris.
that we had the same thought process because I also thought of Lois, and then I thought of Bryan Cranston, and then I thought of Skylar White. And I was like, how funny it would be if I put Skylar White. Arguably, like, people hate her character so much. And I was like, fuck it, let's throw her on the
She
list.
does not deserve all
Dude,
the
there was a
hate she gets.
poll,
It's
and
crazy.
it was like most hated characters, and she was above Joffrey Baratheon from
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, who literally murders some of the greatest characters,
Yeah.
fan favorites in that show. He's responsible for their deaths, and they think she's worse.
Dude, also Caillou was on that list. Poor Caillou. I don't know
Caillou?
what- Yeah, on that, like, villain list that you're
Oh,
talking
the
about.
little bald kid.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have like
fucking-
leukemia? And people are like, he's the worst. He's like the
Dude.
worst person to exist.
Yeah, they, like, voted him. I don't know why they did that. Fucking this poor Caillou.
This poor kid.
It's fucked
Oh
up, dude.
no, dude, that's hilarious.
Dude, fucking same people, like, fucking crazy.
Okay. All right, well that's our top 5 lists of greatest TV moms,
So on that note,
mother characters.
yes, happy Mother's Day to all of you out there. Well, so much for our short chill episode.
Yeah,
but
really, we love to
that's-
talk, man.
That's fine because we're having a good time and we're gonna wrap up this good time no way else than with Seesaw. I'll go first this week, I guess. So something that I saw this week. I didn't actually watch a whole lot this week, as I alluded earlier. I was a little busy, but with the new Pope being elected in the Conclave, I decided to watch. I had already seen Conclave just a few months ago. I didn't want to rewatch it so soon. I watched a movie called The Two Popes, and it's actually about that time period when Pope Benedict stepped down from the papacy, and that was like the first time it had happened in like 6, 7, fucking whatever 100 years. And Pope Francis took over, and it's just kind of about this whole thing. I didn't think it would interest me too much. something like that. You know, it's the same way I felt about Conclave going into it. It's like, I'm not a
Yeah.
religious guy. I don't think that this subject matter is really for me. But I found myself pretty engaged just by the way they filmed it and with the two powerhouse performances of Jonathan Pryce and Anthony Hopkins. So highly recommend that movie. And then something I want to see is, I'm going to flip it into a TV show, is they're coming out with a new season of it. I never saw the first one, Poker Face, starring Natasha Lyonne on Peacock. I don't know a lot about this show, but I saw the people that they got for season 2, like Cynthia Erivo, John Mulaney, other people. Like, it sounds exciting. I kind of want to see what all the, you know, what it's all about. So that's something I'd like to see, is Poker Face.
As you know, I was in Happy Gilmore 2. I filmed for it. You know what else I was invited to be in, but I couldn't go because I had school? Poker Face Season 2. They were filming in New Jersey. Everything gets filmed in New Jersey, man. You should sign up to be extras and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they filmed the Joker sequel, Joker Folie à Deux, like 5 minutes from my house.
You should sign up for the website that I use, because I was invited to be in Poker Face Season 2 with all these fucking guest stars, and of course, I couldn't do it. I was also invited to be in, I think it's Spielberg's new film. Again, couldn't do it, filming in Jersey, though.
Dish.
So my Saw, something I recently started, I'll do the reverse of you, is a TV show. My girlfriend started showing me Arrested Development. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
We got about 4 or 5 episodes in. I like it a lot. Crazy first episode to start us off with Michael Cera wanting to bang his cousin. I did not expect that. But the Tobias Funke or whatever. I thought his last name was Funk, but it's Funke or whatever.
Yeah.
David Cross, hilarious, dude. So funny. His character is actually so funny. So I think so far it's really good. I heard season 4 sucks ass and beyond, but seasons 1 through 3 is what we're gonna watch so far. And something I want to watch. I had something in my head and I cannot remember what the hell it was. So I'm gonna go with something you said, and I'm gonna throw Django Unchained out there. That is my most anticipated Tarantino that I haven't seen. I haven't seen a few. I haven't seen the Kill Bills. I haven't seen Django. There's probably something else I haven't seen. But I really want to see that movie. That probably would be my favorite, I think, because it just looks so good. It's a time period that I'm really interested in learning about more and studying more. And Jamie Foxx, and what's his fucking name?
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz, amazing in Inglourious Bastards. He has the best scenes in those movies, that movie, and I want to see him in this because is this a spoiler if I ask you if he's a good guy in this?
Who? Christoph Waltz?
Christoph Waltz.
No, I could say that he is.
Because I usually ever see him as villains.
Decently is. Yeah.
I only see him as villains, so I would love to see him play the good guy.
The real villain in this movie is DiCaprio.
Is Leo.
And Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't usually do villains. And this, call him Candy, that's his character's name. I forget the full name, but it's Candy. That is, in my opinion, one of, if not his best role. And that is one of, if not my favorite Tarantino film, actually. I don't know if you knew that.
There we go.
But Django Unchained is actually like my favorite. So I hope you watch it like soon.
I'll probably watch it the next
I would love to talk to you about it.
Well, now we have 2 other movies we got to watch. So.
Well, that yeah, but
I'll add on
if
to that
you
list.
if you get the time, I'd love to talk. I love that movie.
Yeah. Well, we wanted this to be a chill, shorter episode, and look where we are. So
Yeah, this is actually the longest episode. And I literally was like, I was thinking about it earlier when we were like, oh, this is gonna be a chill, short episode. I was like, watch it be like the fucking longest one. And
we like to talk. We have a lot to talk about. Again, a great episode. We talk about a lot of good shit. I'm excited for the future.
And you know what? If you're still listening to this point, that means you're a real one, and you're willing to put up with all our rambling bullshit. As always, if you like what you hear, if you like what you see, give us a follow, drop a like, a comment, subscribe, share with your friends and fellow film lovers, get the word out there. We're always pushing hard to come up with new and funny things and entertaining things for you guys in different segments. Drop comments about the Bible study and just
drop
anything
random
you wanna
numbers
say.
for the Bible study segment. We're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify at Box Office Dynasty. Drop those comments. We'll pick your number maybe, and we might watch the movie that goes with it. And find us on Letterboxd, you can just fucking find us on there. You know how to find us on Letterboxd. You guys can find us on there. It's not that hard. You'll figure it out. And then you'll see our movie.
We got to tell you how to do everything around here.
Yeah,
like,
come on,
on.
you'll find us on there. Come on.
Come on. Get to work. What the fuck? We're the only ones around here doing all the work. You guys just get to sit and listen to the podcast.
Yeah, really.
Bullshit. This
Lucky
is not a fair.
bastards.
It's not a fair. Jack and I are going to go on strike. This will be the last episode you get.
We're going to unionize right now.
Until next week. Unionize, and it's just the two of us and Martin Van Buren.
Yeah, he's our boss.
Yeah, we're getting the fuck out of here.
All right. Peace, bro.
Later, guys.